So this will come in handy for a whole bunch of reasons. One is that it allows you to have one effect chain. If you use this effect chain for all your different tracks and you want it sometimes to be all the way wet, instead of putting this same, let's say I use a a certain distortion on almost every track. Instead of putting one on each track like this, I can basically use magic sends, and then I'm able to treat that effect as if it were in line with on any given channel. Also, what it allows you to do is to avoid volume disparity. So usually when you dump a signal into a return, you're going to get a jump in the volume. And that makes sense because basically you're adding two signals together. So this means that a lot of times if you're working with effects, especially live, and you want to dump something into a return, you're going to have a jump in volume. So when you're mixing in the studio, you can make up for this all kinds of ways. But when you're playing live, it's kind of annoying to basically be redlining every single time you dump something into a. I use dub delay a lot. So every time you dump it into a dub delay, you're going to have this problem. So yeah, so that's why this would come in handy. And also it allows you to save processor space. So that's always a good thing, especially like I said, when you're playing live, you don't want any glitches, you don't want any stop outs or anything like that. So I'm going to show you a little bit about how I use this, for example. So on these two tracks, I have these two clips. Actually, I think they're about 125 BPM. But and I made a little effects rack, very simple, for this tutorial. That is basically just a resonator. I'm a big fan of resonators, and an overdrive. So remember, I'm always going to put it on the B return here. And so as you can see, let me listen to it dry for a second. And these are actually clips that came with the Ableton partner instrument offer that they had, where I think one is pure magnetic and one is Sonic Couture, I think, and they're both free. So feel free to get them from the Ableton website. So as you can see, this is totally dry. And if I want this kick drum pattern to go through this effect, now you hear it's only getting the affected thing, right? Only affected signal. And so what's really cool, and actually this is a warning actually as well, when you're doing this, because of the nature of the inversion here, you can't actually have these sends up like halfway. It has to be all the way off or all the way on. So one cool thing you can do is you can use, oh, I did it here already, but I'll show you how to do it. You can use keyboard mapping and basically make these toggles. So I'll assign this to Q and assign this to W. And now when I press Q, it goes all the way up. I press W, it goes all the way up here. So I can just go like this. So what this allows you to do is to improvise a little bit, especially like I said, when you're live and you don't want those level jumps going up and you want the effects to be more obvious. You can use magic sends to those magic sends to allow you to take advantage of the features of a return track, but without having the wet and the dry signal mixed together. Anyway, I hope this is helpful. I hope this is helpful. My name's Anthony Arroyo. I record as El Nomon. Look for me at the AbletonCookbook.com and keep an ear out for more tutorials like this. All right, bye.